so my first question is for Dominique. There are a lot of reasons why Naomi is special, and the way she's depicted is special. What, for you, are some of the things that you love the most about the way she's depicted on the show?
Oh, I love her courage. I just think she stands by what she does and the choices she's had to make for whatever reason, so like courageously. And I really respect that about her. I also love her, which was kind of a little bit of a point of contention from the books, but her emotional vulnerability. I don't think she's as much as I've portrayed her on screen, but I felt it was really important because I think that's a huge part of her strength. And a lot of women, I think sometimes being emotional is considered a weakness, and I don't agree with that at all. It's not what I know to be true. And I think it hinders us, actually, that there's even that idea kind of floating around. But she is just so kind of honest and forthright with her emotional vulnerability. And I love that about her. And I'm grateful I got to portray this character in all her glory, actually, because I do think she's glorious.
She's definitely an amazing character, and it's exciting that, so many young girls will see somebody who's like, so intelligent emotionally, but also book smart as well, and as an engineer and all these kind of things. So
yes, I agree.
Steven, your character is also so great because he's like the moral compass of the entire series. But what do you think it is about James Holden that fans resonate with? What resonates with fans? What is it about him?
I think there's a lot of vulnerability within Holden, that he really becomes strong through his humility. Like he grows often through his failures, and he grows often through his stumbles. And in portraying Holden all of these years, it's a very different kind of hero arc, to see a man who's so empathetic and kind of in touch with that part of himself, and is really able to lead and makes his decisions through places of empathy. And I think it culminates in kind of the ultimate act of that this year. And it was a privilege for me to be able to show it, because it's not the kind of hero journey you often see. And to show that there's a different kind of heroism that can be shown. I think ultimately it's that vulnerability in Holden, I think, that people can connect with.
Absolutely. Dominique, your character goes through some incredibly stressful moments, both in the last season and in the upcoming season. Was it ever stressful for you to film those scenes?
Yes. I mean, it's weird with acting. Like, I don't think your body knows the difference. It's not real, but if you're trying to do the thing properly, it feels very real in the moment. And I think, there's things that come up that weren't on the page that I wasn't expecting, especially in the very final moments of the choice she has to make, the button she has to press. Luckily, I kind of have the safety in this crew and cast to go there with it. So I think, it was really challenging. Season 5 was just so hard, and it took me a while to recover from that. But again, it's in service of telling this woman's story that I think is really important, especially as a mother. And it tore me apart reading it, because women go through that every day, and have to be without their children and make those kind of choices between their self and motherhood in a way that I just think is almost impossible, but it happens. And so it was a real honor to portray that, and the delicacy of the kind of tackling of it with the writing. So it was hard, but I don't have to go through it in real life. So I think that's how I reckon with it.
Absolutely. So this question is for the both of you. As you look back on your time with The Expanse, what are the moments that really stand out to you?
The people for
Yeah.
me that we've got to work with and grow together, and we love each other very much. And I think that's really rare in this business. To mesh with other people in the way that you have, you never know who you're going to get. Sometimes you just don't. It's not even that sinister. It's just like, this is not my type of person. And so to be part of creating this thing in such a kind of loving, challenging, open, safe, but also very, it wasn't easy, but the goal was always to just make this show the best that we can. And everyone kind of put their egos aside to do that. And that is just such a wonderful thing to be a part of creating in that way. So that's probably mine.
Yeah, me too. I think the moments individually that stand out to me, always looking back, is actually not even shooting it, but rehearsing.
Yeah.
And we, from the very first episode, and we never missed an episode through 6 years, is we would take our weekends, all of us, to rehearse our episodes out as a group. And everyone chose to go. It was always voluntary. And it was just it's such a perfect example of how committed and warm this whole production has always been. And when I look back, it's all of us spending time together working on this thing that we loved so much for so long, whether we had to be there or not. Just really special, like really unique.
And my last question for the both of you is, as we head into the final season, is there anything that you want to say to the fans of the show?
Thank you. I mean, God, to have a fan base like we have that stuck by us and rallied for us and fought for us to exist and tell these stories in a, like, them knowing that this was as important as we felt it was, is wild, but also so lovely to be on the receiving end of. So I just want to say thank you, and that I hope you love this season and how we've wrapped it up for you as much as we do.
Just thank you. We wouldn't have been able to finish without you. I mean it. We really are only here because of the fans, and I think we all were very conscious of wanting to deliver something to honor them and to honor the story that they connected to, and that we've connected to for so long. And I really truly believe this is our best year, and I hope they love it because it's for them.
Well, thank you guys so much for speaking to us over here at Temple of Geek and that hashtag show. We wish you so much luck in this final season.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.